Down in the place to be. Forget your cares and the more, most definitely.
What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at something super awesome. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new Neca Ultimate action figure of the alien life form himself, Alf. So taking Alf out of the package. Wow. Neca. I feel like I see the same thing every Neca review I do, but I'm really hard pressed to find a bad Neca action figure that I review. Obviously, if I hear things are bad, I'm not going to get them. I mean, unless I really love the character, because that's kind of what I do with Marvel Legends. Like Darwin. Everybody dogs on Darwin. Darwin. But for $5 to $6 more to get this versus him over a character that I love and a character that I don't really care about, and still choose this one, it's just like, it's nuts. This is a perfect action figure for the character that it's supposed to represent. It's amazing. It's pretty damn impressive. So without further ado, let's look at this amazing head sculpt. I love the textures on it. The fur sculpt is insane. They did something super wild with the articulation, which we'll get to in a minute. But the way that they dry brushed on his snout, it just looks so good. And like the little paint in there, the little warts and things. His eyes look dead. Near soul. But anyway, his little swoop of his hair looks really, really good. He's got that like Justin Bieber, like early 2000s flip. He looks great. And then you get his little paint in the ears. It just looks, it's like a perfect head sculpt. If you open the mouth, you do get his little tongue and a little black part in there. It's perfect. I'm just going to keep saying it's perfect. He has a little collar piece that looks good. And then it's just fur sculpt. But the fur is painted with this beautiful wash that amplifies everything, like to the nines. He has a little tail. You can kind of see where the wash didn't go all the way into the top, but it doesn't really bother me. And it does. It's just kind of like a little bit lighter. The body is just sculpted perfectly with all the fur. And I think Neca's joints sometimes don't usually look good. But on somebody like Alf with fur, that's perfect. Perfect. I'm sorry, I made a bad joke. You get a little bit of paint in the palms of his hands. They look great. You get his like big belly. It's like a hollow piece, so he's like a little squishy in there. And you get his big feet that you don't really see too often in the show from what I remember. But they have his toes painted, and then the paw pads on the bottom are also painted with peg holes. So his little tail back here, which doesn't move, unfortunately. But wow, what an impressive figure. So I'm going to go through the accessories, but I'm going to let you know right now there are some deep cuts in here that I'm not super familiar with just because I didn't really watch the show. Now you're probably wondering, yo, Ant, why did you get this figure if you didn't watch the show? Bowl of popcorn looks amazing. Because my grandmother, a little story time, my grandmother on my father's side, she passed away a couple of years ago due to surgery. Something bad happened, right? But when we used to go to her house, she had a VHS of Alf. I'm assuming this is his mother, by the way. The paint is perfect on it. Looks great. And I remember he used to scare the hell out of me. So then my dad would put it on, and I would watch it. And it made it a little bit better because I do like the Muppets and stuff. So it made it a little bit easier to watch it. Here's his little sunglasses. But he used to scare the hell out of me. So in a way, I bought this figure to prove to myself that I've grown up and Alf isn't scary anymore. And like I said, I have seen a couple episodes of it, just not enough to know what all of these things are. There's the shades. I'm assuming that's how they're going to go on just because I can't really get it. Oh, no, there's a little slot. Okay, no, it can't go on normally because they designed it good. I'm just an idiot. I'm trying to tell a story, and this is ruining my storytelling. All right, there we go. There's Alf with his shades on. But, yeah. So, Alf used to scare the hell out of me. So, I don't know a lot of these deep cuts. But they are just awesome-ass accessories. Like, I don't know what this is. I'm assuming these are his slime balls. The bag looks great. There's nice wash on there. Little green stuff coming out of it. You get the little radio like microphone thing. If this is a specific episode or something, let me know in the comments. The paint on that is insane. There's more paint on this than there is on Darwin. looks great. The microphone, like speaking into it, like the radio comm, awesome. Fuzzco, I'm assuming that's supposed to be Pepsi. You get a bunch of hands. You get a pointy finger, open grip hand, and that's actually it. You get open hands, grip hands, smaller grip hands, and pointer fingers. So small grip, pointy, big grip also. So I don't know. I feel like they could have separated a little bit more. You do get his shirt, which is soft goods. It's my second NECA figure in a row that I'm reviewing that has soft goods with them. And the shirt goes on very good. You just kind of pull back his little arm. Get that on there, and then it's Velcroed. I like to keep the collar popped personally. Alf seems like a popped collar kind of guy. But then if you do want to fold it, you can do that as well. And it doesn't impede any articulation, and it looks phenomenal. Looks great. I think in combination with the shades, that's awesome. But I gotta say, by far, one thing that I remember from the show that used to scare the hell out of me is that this MFer right here, if I can get his shirt off, this MFer wanted to eat the family's cat. And that I don't know what it was, but that used to scare the hell out of me. And they gave a cat sandwich. Because apparently on Alf's planet, these are food. It's a delicacy. The bread looks great. The cat looks awesome. This is one of the weirdest and coolest accessories I think I've ever seen in an action figure. But yeah, you can have Alf hold the cat that he's trying to consume. It's awesome. So I feel like you get just as much plastic and accessories as you do for Alf himself, because he is just a little bit of a smaller figure, but they really do mark up the fun factor and worthiness of the price point. So I'm very much okay with that. For articulation, the head is on a ball joint at the bottom of the neck. That moves beautifully, so he'll look up, down, rotate at the neck, and then pivot side to side. Now, it seems as though his jaw is on a hinged ball peg. So you can get his head, and the top of his head seems to be on a ball joint. So you can get his head to move in all these expressive poses. And I've never seen anything like that. So the head can open up that far. He doesn't really close his mouth too much, but he never really closes his mouth in the show. And then you can like twist the jaw to get like all these like crazy, oh my God, that is amazing. I've never seen that. That is, and it looks great. Like it doesn't look ugly neither. I didn't even know that about it until I started moving it around. Insanity. Shoulders go up past horizontal. They'll go down, rotate. Single jointed elbow, or I'm sorry, double jointed elbow that does rotate all the way, and then all the hands hinge and swivel. The ball joint on him, that's pretty good. It's like a double ball peg, pivot side to side. He'll crunch forward, arc back, really, really good. It's a huge ball joint in there. And then rotate. The hips are a little loose on mine, but they can do full splits down. He will kick forward that far, back, upper thigh cut, single jointed knee. This time it actually is single, but look at how far that goes, and it looks great. Oh, man. And then the ankle is on a hinged ball joint, so hinge up and down, and it'll rotate and pivot a little bit. So I don't think Alf needs any more articulation. I think the biggest complaint I have about the articulation is kind of wish the tail was on a ball peg. Is it? I just ripped it off. I mean, luckily it's just like a little piece of glue. But now we all know it is not. So, but yeah, he moves as good as I think I would need Alf to move. In terms of scaling, of course, you know, he's got to be a little bit smaller. He's a puppet. So here he is next to Jazzwares Fortnite Series Purely and the NECA Kongs. He's a lot smaller than them. Taking a look at another 7-inch scale line, because this is supposed to be 7-inch scale. I think that works. Maybe he's a little big, but I'm okay with that. And then there he is next to Darwin. He's a little bit bigger now that I'm seeing him next to some other figures. And then, of course, got to get him next to Zombie Cap, who's absolutely terrified by Alf, just like I was, because Alf is a little freaky guy, but I like him. So there he is next to Zombie Cap. Yeah, I think he scales good for a 7-inch scale line, but you can definitely squeak him into 6-inch line. Just depends on how big you want your Alf. So some of you are out there probably wondering, yo, Amp, what are you thinking of this figure? And guys, again, NECA hits it out of the ballpark. I mean, can you really blame me for like gushing over this thing? It's amazing. I mean, the paint is perfect. The articulation's way better than it needs to be for Alf. he's got just as much accessories as he does actual figure, and he looks fantastic. The head thing blows my mind with the, upper jaw being like a ball joint. I've never seen that, and it works and looks beautifully. You get tons of accessories with them, as I keep saying. I really don't know what else to say other than that this thing is amazing. So if you're so inclined, don't be scared. Go pick up Alf. But at a price point of $35 to $36, that's what I paid. I'm going to go ahead and give this an easy 10 out of 10. Maybe in the top 10 of the year of 2023, and we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. I already have 2 contenders for the top 10, and it's still January. So let me know what you guys think. But anyway, I believe that's all I got for today. So if you've not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot over there, and I have a lot of fun. So I'm sure you all will too. But as always, let me know. You copping? See you guys next one. Peace.